Hello, I'm Tony Guida. This is my New York. There should be baseball games tonight. Instead, there is a killer called COVID-19. But just before the virus shut down our studio, I taped a delightful interview with a New York baseball icon, Ed Kranepool. Original Met, Bronx kid, joined the club at 17, right out of James Monroe High. And 7 years later, helped put the miracle in Miracle Mets with his home run in Game 3 of the 1969 World Series. Sublime stories from on and off the diamond with Ed Kranepool next. Ed Kranepool, I am honored to have you in that chair. It's good to see you.
Well, it's good to be back in New York, and I look forward to talking to you.
Well, let's talk.
I was coming in the city today, and the traffic was a little light. Yeah. It was good for me to get in, but it's not good in general for the public, and of course businesses. This can create a recession. If people are closing down their stores, closing restaurants, people are getting hurt.
Seems to be a little bit of panic, a little bit too, that people have taken this too far. I'm not underplaying the disease by any means, that it is lethal, but there seems some panic is in the air, and maybe that's because people don't exactly know the dimensions of what we're facing.
Well, I'm one of those people that are at risk. I mean, I had a kidney transplant 9 months ago. And obviously my immune system is not what it should be. So, and you're above that 60 years of age. I certainly passed that a few years ago, not ready for a comeback, so you've got to take care of yourself. So you've got to be vigilant about it. And you know what, you watch yourself. But I'm not staying home.
You talked about 69 and what that win by the Mets meant, the miracle. I was there. I was in the stadium for the final game. And I remember that so well. And I was thinking, we showed your home run, that you hit in Game 3. I'm looking at a guy going around the bases who's now 24 years old, came to this club at 17. I'm wondering what's going through your mind as you go around the bases about, boy, have we come, and I come, a long way.
And it was pretty fast, even though it didn't seem that way when I was playing. When you lose 100 games for 7 straight years, that's a long season. I mean, that's a lot of losses. We were eliminated at the All-Star break every year. We didn't know what winning was all about until June of '69. And we started to win, and we became a real good ball club under the guidance of Gil Hodges, and he changed that whole culture around, and it was a lot of fun. Baseball finally became fun for me. It wasn't fun for the first 7 years. You had nothing to really gloat about. You lost every day, so if you got 2 or 3 hits, it didn't make a difference. They weren't writing about that. They were writing about who made the error that cost the team the ball game. You learn how to win, you learn how to lose. And losing is a lot easier to learn because, you do a lot of negative things and you wind up losing a ball game, a close ball game. But under Gil, we changed that around from spring training on. We started putting things together, and it became a lot of fun.
Talk about Gil a little bit. I mean, now, again, you're 17, you come to this ball club, and the guy running it at the time was Casey Stengel, pretty old guy.
I thought he was old. He was 75.
Yeah, we all thought. But a totally different personality from Gil Hodges. Talk about Gil and his leadership. What brought that together, besides the talent that you had?
Well, that was a good trade the Mets made. That was one of the good trades. They traded a couple of guys for Gil Hodges, who was down in Washington. He joined the ball club in '62 as an expansion player. I joined the ball club as a free agent. I signed in June, and I went under the tutelage of Gil right in the beginning to learn how to play first base. And he worked with it. You could see he was a no-nonsense guy. He, very quiet, reserved, didn't want to show anybody up, and just wanted to give you cold, hard facts and instructions. And he worked with me. And I became a pretty good first baseman. Yeah. I mean, I wound up with a .993 lifetime fielding average. not so bad. You know, I only averaged 2 or 3 errors, a summer, which, when you play 150
That's very
games,
good.
it's great. So, but I learned how to play the game, and that's what he taught, fundamentals. And he either played his way or he didn't bother with you. When he taught you something, you either accepted it and worked at it, and if it worked for you, utilize it. Otherwise, if you went about the game, and made a lot of mental mistakes, he'd get rid of you in a hurry, and he did. He made a lot of changes. When he came over to the ball club in '68, he was just there to take a look at what he had. He was evaluating his talent, and he made some moves that winter. And of course, '69 came about. We played '68. He utilized some guys. He got rid of some guys. And then '69 came in the spring. He said, hey, we're going to start differently. This is a different year. The games we lost last year by 1 run, if we win half of those games, we learn how to win, we're going to have something here. And you know what? As the season progressed, we started playing better and better. And if you made a mistake, he called you in his office, closed the door, and now he asked you, what'd you do wrong? He didn't tell you what you did wrong. He wanted you to figure that out. And you said, well, I screwed this up, I screwed that. He never once got on you for making a physical error. He didn't care about that. But if you threw to the wrong base, you didn't run the bases properly, you didn't execute the plays, or you missed a sign, he got all over you, and he let you know exactly this is not going to be tolerated. And we became a good ball club.
Who was the most fun on that team?
Well, probably my roommates were, and it was the first time I really had a good time playing baseball. I roomed with Tug McGraw and Ronnie Sabota. Tug was nuts. He was absolutely crazy. He was happy-go-lucky, anything goes, and he was really part of that new generation coming up, let's have a good time.
Yeah. And Swoboda, I tell you, Eddie, no matter how many times I look at the replay of that catch he made in right field, I say he can't catch that ball. He's
you
not
and me both. I didn't want him to
ball.
go for it.
Straight away for him in the outfield. And there's a drive to right center. Swoboda comes up with it. The tag at third. Here comes Frank Robinson. The game is tied. Ron Swoboda making another sensational catch for the Mets.
None of us expected him to go for it, because if he misses that ball, the guy on third scores, and the hitter could maybe have an inside the park home run. And knowing Ronnie, he worked his butt off to become a good outfielder later on, but he was still in that floundering stage in '69. So when he dove for that ball, could have hit him in the head. And the surprising thing of the play, if you look at the replay, he got up and threw the ball to the plate and almost made a perfect throw to the plate. They run scored. But it was amazing that he had the idea that which direction he was in. Knowing Ronnie could have threw it over the scoreboard. He had no idea, but he became a good player through hard work, and all the guys got better.
You, left-handed batter, and you faced some, classic names in pitching. Sandy Koufax, left-handed pitcher, Drysdale, Marichal, Jenkins. Talk about those guys. What could you do, or what was your thinking when you stepped in the box and out on the hill was Sandy Koufax?
Well, when you talk about Sandy, that reminds me of the day I signed a contract. 2 days later, I was in California. I met the ball club in California, and who's on the mound that night is Sandy Koufax.
Oh, my goodness.
My opening night in the major league, Koufax pitches a no-hitter, strikes out 13, and I tell Casey, I'm going back to college. This is tough. And then the next night we had Drysdale. You left out a lot of guys. How about Steve Carlton? How about Tony Cloninger? How about Big Bob Veal from Pittsburgh? Every ball club had 2, maybe 3 Hall of Fame guys out on the mound. Where the weakness was in baseball in the early years was the relief pitching. And that has changed completely. Now you have all these kids coming out throwing 95, 100 miles an hour. And whether they know how to pitch or not, that's something different, but they're throwing hard, and they're looking at the scoreboard to see how hard they're throwing. And you know what? They're throwing the ball pretty good.
All those classic names of pitchers you mentioned, does one of them stand out as something in terms of, I read him pretty well, I hit him pretty well. I didn't look at the stats. I didn't go back into.
Well, you can look at it. Actually, some of the better pitchers I did well against. I did well against Bob Gibson. That was surprising because he was a very aggressive pitcher. But I could always hit the fastball. I had great eyes. I had good hand-eye coordination. I would put the bat on the ball. I did well against him. Now you get a guy that's throwing 50 miles an hour, 60 miles an hour was Phil Negro with that fancy knuckleball. I couldn't hit him with a paddle. I could take a tennis racket up to the plate and I probably wouldn't hit the ball. And he knew it because we had a bad ball club and he would pitch to me. And he knew he wasn't going to throw me a fastball because it was 60 miles an hour. And that's where other guys would get base hits against him. But he would say, Ed, hit this knuckleball if you can. And how am I going to hit it with a round bat? The catcher can't catch it with that big glove. They had that oversized glove and chasing it down to the back to the backstop. I just finally got a lot smarter as I got older. I said I had migraines that day, you know, and took the day off, so I'd rather be 0 for 1 pitch hitting.
I'm not feeling so good.
Because I couldn't hit it. I couldn't get a base hit off Phil, and he wound up 300 and some odd wins, you know, so he obviously had something on the ball.
Yeah. And of course, the era you played in, I mean, Aaron, Mays, Clemente, what was it like being on the field with guys like that?
It was amazing. When I played in the All-Star game at 20 years of age in 1965, I went to Minnesota, and everyone on the field, they were Hall of Famers all over. I mean, it was unbelievable. You had Ernie Banks, you had Willie McCovey, you know, you had Mazeroski at second base. I mean, it was unbelievable, the club. Mays was in center, Aaron, Clemente, these guys here were heroes. You know, there were so many great players in the league.
Did you get to know any of them outside the lines?
The guy I got to know, and I'm still friendly with him, is Willie Mays. And he came over to our ball club in '72. He played with us in '72, '73. He helped us get to the pennant in '73, and we wind up losing in 7 games. And, of course, it was a tough way for him to go out. You know, he was past his prime and his legs had given out. But I became very good friends with him. And we socialized together. We went out. And very rarely did Willie leave his room. It was a lonely life for existence, I mean, because he was such a star that he couldn't walk down the streets. Fifth Avenue, if you walk down the streets with him, he'd attract crowds. I mean, he was all over the place, but we became golfing buddies. He was a very good golfer. I wasn't a very good golfer. I just liked to play with him. I mean, he had a lot of golf balls. He used to get all the golf balls, and I'd lose them on him. And people would come up to him and say, "Hey, Willie, I found your golf ball." He'd get embarrassed. He said, "I didn't hit it in the woods." I said, "Yeah, but I did." And I'd lose his balls, you know. But even to this day, he calls me on occasion. He called me when I was sick. How you feeling?
How's he doing?
He's doing okay. He's still working for the Giants. His eyes are bothering him. You know, that's the one thing that went on him. He's had a lot of surgeries on his eyes. He don't see as well as he'd like to. So now, you know, getting an autograph of Willie Mays is probably a thing of the past because he's got to, you know, really get things up close to him. But he was a lot of fun to be with. But you had to get him out of the room. And that was tough, but we did. And on the road, you know, we used to hang out together.
Talking about health, I talked about your kidney battle, and thank God you've prevailed. What are we talking about? When was this diagnosed, and how long a fight was it?
Well, it was almost 3 years, 2.5 years that I was out there soliciting a kidney, which is a difficult thing. There's 100,000 people out there looking for kidneys. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not a common thing that someone's going to donate an organ. You know, because after 2 years of this struggle, you know, you can't go back to the well anymore. How many times can I ask somebody to put me on their show or get me in the papers? And the Mets helped. They called the press in. We had press conferences. And eventually, 6 months later, we had a volunteer that was going to give me a kidney. We had a different situation. We had it's called a paired organ exchange. We wound up with 4 people for me to get a kidney. My guy donated it, but we had another couple, a husband and wife team that were looking for a kidney. Well, it turned out she was not compatible with her husband, who was a fireman, and she was disappointed. And just like my wife was ready to give up, my guy was giving me a kidney, but it turned out my doctor figured it out. Dr. Darris out here at Stony Brook, he figured out if my guy gives it to her husband, she's a perfect match for Ed.
That help from the Mets organization. I'm going to call it a détente because it seems to me before that, 2 years ago, whatever, there was no relationship. And I note, and the public probably doesn't know this, I mean, Ed Kranepool, original Met, there's never been at Shea Stadium or Citi Field an Ed Kranepool day. There was, relations with this organization were not good.
Well, this organization has changed ownership. I played under the Payson relationship.
Right.
They owned the ball club for the first 18 years that I was there, and then they sold the ball club. Just timing is everything in life. My timing was I retired just when the ball club was sold. So the new people came in, the Doubleday, Will Pond Pickett group came in and took over the organization. And yes, there was a separation for myself, and I didn't have the close ties with the new organization. And we kind of strayed a little bit, but it's come back, and I've been involved the last year and a half or so, and it's been great. And I appreciate the opportunity that they've
Well, I
given.
saw you a lot. The Mets, of course, had last year was celebrating the 50th anniversary of the 69 victory, and I saw you a lot. You were all over the place, which was great to see you again. And I'm glad whatever it was between you and the Wilpons at least has been, what would you call this?
It's good now. It's not a strained relationship. I mean, like I said, I never played for them, so they didn't have any ties to me, and I didn't have any ties to them. But of course, I'm the last of the originals. There's nobody left. I mean, unfortunately, we just lost Al Jackson a couple of months back. He was on the 62 ball club. We lost Ralph Kiner. So any ties to the early existence of the Mets, anybody that wants to go back and relate to what went on, they'd have to come through me because I played for them from 62 to 1980. So that's the first, 18 years of their organization. We won 2 World Series. Well, we won 2 championships. We lost in 73, and that was the most depressing time for us. I was part of a winning operation. Nobody remembers who finishes second. They don't want to talk about it.
In New York, they remember because you were so close.
Yeah, we were so close. We lost in 7 games to Oakland, but we should have won that game. And I really deep down feel, if Gil was our manager, we win that World Series. We don't pitch Seaver in the 6th game. He's strong enough, and he handled the press well enough that he just, when the press asked him about bringing Seaver back short-rested, he doesn't give in to him. He says he needs his rest. There's no reason for him to pitch the 6th game. George Stone has won 13 games for us, or 12-3, 13-3, whatever it was. He can pitch on Saturday. We don't have to win. Oakland has to win. They're eliminated if they lose. So we have 2 games to win 1 ball game. So if you let Seaver get his full rest into the 7th game and he starts, who knows? George won all those games in a row. He was our best pitcher coming down the stretch. You let him go out there and say, George, you're there for the whole afternoon. Don't look over your shoulder. I'm saving 9 pitches for Sunday. And now you come back to Oakland. You're out there with Seaver starting and say, Tom, give me 5 innings. You don't have to say, Tom, give me 9 innings. You got 9 pitches, and that's the way to go about it. And we could have won the 7th game and won another World Series, and then the Mets could have celebrated in 69 and 73. Gil would have stood up for that.
Well, that's the beauty. It's part of the beauty of the game. What might have been, if we had done that, that's the part of it.
Well, you're so close.
Baseball is eternal.
Baseball's a great game. You know what? The one thing I look at baseball nowadays is they're trying to make some changes to do some things. But, some of those changes, I don't know whether it's in the best interest of the game. I certainly agree about speeding up the game. That's certainly important. But, but this 3-pitcher rule that the left-handers,
for the relievers at the end of the game.
That, to me, is going to affect the left-handed pitchers, the relievers. I mean, maybe they can't get guys out, There's a lot of changes that they're trying to make, which I don't really go along with. Whether you have the DH or you don't have the DH, that's up to the commissioner or the fans to decide. You should have the same set of rules. Yeah. I don't understand why they can't, come up with something where the baseball is baseball. They changed the umpires around, if you notice. They used to have American League umpires, National League umpires. I was against that. in the beginning. I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but baseball is baseball. The strike zone should be the same. It's just umpires. And I'm glad to see that they're rotating because it helps the umpires also get home.
What do you think? We should get your opinion, and I want you to be frank as you can, about this team. What are the strengths? What are the weaknesses?
I think they've got about 7 or 8 kids that you can really build upon. They've got some good nucleuses there. And, you know, they made moves this winter. The only guy they really spent some money on this winter is Betances. He's healthy. He's moving around. So their bullpen was a weakness last year. There's no question about it. When they made a trade, they got Cano and Diaz. Well, Diaz was a complete bust last year. He was shell-shocked. He came into the season, but he's throwing 100 miles an hour. They've changed his angle on his slider, and he gets a little downward angle. He's going to come back. He throws too good. So they've got a good ball club. They're going to surprise a lot of people. Some people are picking them to win. You know, it all depends on injuries and stuff like that. Well, I think,
and I wonder if you agree, I think the National League East is the toughest division there is.
No question about it.
You got the Nationals, who won it last year. You got the Braves. You got the Phillies, who, by the way, now have Zach Wheeler. I mean, so you got 4 teams contending out of 5 in the National League East.
Yeah, you're right. But pitching is the heart of a ball club. And when you got a Cy Young winner two times in a row, and you know what? They've got some other kids. They made a good deal. They got Walker from St. Louis, who's pitching well in the spring. They got a bunch of guys.
Got Porcello.
They have a Porcello who's been pitching well. So they're going to surprise a lot of people. They're not going to do it by 1 or 2 guys. They're going to do it by a team effect. Because if you look at their young players in the field, they can all produce. They have 1 home run hitter, you know, who we don't know if he's going to come back like he did last year, but he's a good boy. He works hard. He's got a great attitude at first base. He became a better fielder.
Alonso.
He's a guy to build around. But you look around that infield, the shortstop had a good second half last year. Came on like a player he's supposed to be. Davis can play left field, third base. He hit 300 last year. The guy with the magic bat is McNeil. He can hit 300, you know, with his eyes closed. He's a magician. He's ready for the season. You know, when I was down there in the middle of March, he was ready already. You'd have to slow him down a little bit because he's getting base hits all over. But they got a bunch of kids. You got Conforto and Wright. Nimmo is healthy this year. He learns to, you know, lay off certain pitches. He's going to be aggressive. You know, they defensively.
Not the best.
No, they got some problems. You got a problem behind the plate defensively. He's not the greatest catcher because he's a big man, but he's a good hitter. So you know what? They got to get a secondary catcher to give him a little time off, I think. That's what they're looking for, and they're trying in the spring to find somebody, but they haven't been able to do that. So
before we run out of time, I got to ask you, what's your take on the Astros and that whole shadow of the electronic cheating?
Well, I don't think it belonged in baseball, obviously, but I think the commissioner did not take a tough enough stand. I think you got to make a statement. And you know what? Right now, the players weren't affected. The ones that were the culprits of it, I mean, you know, they fired a couple of managers who were involved, which is rightfully so. But the players who really reaped the benefits have not been punished. They're the ones that were doing it. I think you got to take the championship trophy away, and it's not a piece of tin like the commissioner said. I mean, I thought that was a disgrace. You know, then don't be the commissioner if you're playing the game for the tin. The guys are going to have their money. They have the money. That's part of the game of baseball.
The commissioner called the trophy a piece of metal.
Tin, metal. That's not right. That's what we're playing for. I played all those years. We got paid, whether the fans show up or not. But you want to play, you're playing for a trophy, and there's a big difference between winning and losing. So that was the thing. I'd taken away the trophy from the ball club. And also you have to fine the players, you know, or give some of the money back to charity or something. How are they penalized? The only one that got penalized was the owner. And I was feeling sorry for him for a while.
I don't think he got penalized enough.
Well, $5 million. $5 million. And I said, well, you know what? Why did he get fined $5 million? He wasn't banging the drum. Okay, but then when he came out with a statement, shows he doesn't know what he's talking about when he says it doesn't make a difference.
Of course,
Well,
it makes
of course it makes a difference when you know that fastball's coming as opposed to a changeup or a slider.
Yeah.
I mean, they're only going to tell you one time. Tell me when the fastball's coming. Maybe that's why the center fielder was taking some of those swings where he was falling down.
Yeah.
I mean, the guys didn't do that back in my days because the pitchers would intimidate you. Bob Gibson,
yeah,
he would throw
hit
at
you
him
right in the ear.
If he swung that hard and fell around and spun around or watched a home run go out there on the time you're running around the bases, he would intimidate you for the next time. So don't tell me that. Then I didn't feel sorry for the owner. And then I said he should have got a bigger fine because obviously somebody must have told him something's going on.
Yeah.
You know, but the players were not punished. And I tell you, and they didn't haven't apologized. I mean, they don't even feel sorry for it. I mean, they're probably sorry that the pitcher ratted him out. You know, he went to another club. And I'm surprised it didn't happen. And you know it's going to happen because guys are moving around so much. They're on so many ball clubs. What I'm really concerned about is how come Beltran, who worked for the Yankees for 2 years, you mean and the Yankees played the Astros in the World Series, he didn't tell them they were cheating? He's the one that created the program.
Question.
It's interesting, isn't it? How come nobody asked him that? And then, then he winds up getting another job, and I'm glad to see the Mets didn't keep him around because you don't need that stigma all the time taken away from the players.
Ed Kranepool, it's such a delight to talk to you. We could go on and on and on, and I wish we had the time.
But we
but
will.
it's great to see you. It's great to see you looking well, and you got to come back. You got to come
I
back.
certainly will. It's always a pleasure to see you.
All right, Eddie. Thank you. And thank you for watching. We will see you next time.